I'm Shoot the Artist.
I'm No Face Rel.
And it's Nazarene the Sea Moss Queen.
And this the
Nah
Nah
Mean
Mean
Show.
Show. Nah Mean.
I mean,
How y'all been today, my lovely co-host?
hi.
Doing all right. I'm here.
I've been missing y'all. I had a crazy night last night. I was out in the street.
She was
Not
at
in
the
Not
world.
in the streets.
I was out in the world last night. There was a showcase last night in Albany, and so I had to go show my face.
There you go.
And whatnot. Great talent in the building. Great talent. Had a good time.
That's dope.
That's
Ooh, dry
fire.
throat.
That's fire. How would y'all say y'all week was 1 to 10?
It's been chaotic, with the back to school and, all the politics that's going on right now,
Yeah,
The world is a mess right now, so
as always. But
right.
we bounce back.
Listen. Today, we got some crazy stuff to talk about for y'all. Listen, the first one we getting into for the world views. Remember how we was talking about the AI stealing people's likenesses and
Yes.
stuff? Okay, boom. We have hope in the AI war. Okay, we have this Indian actor, Anil Kapoor, and he's won a significant victory in the New Delhi court over unauthorized AI use of his likeness. Okay, so listen, Kapoor, who has appeared in dozens of hit Bollywood films as well as Oscar-winning English language drama Slumdog Millionaire. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah,
I have not watched it, but I've heard of that show.
Yeah, I heard of it too. Never watched it. He won an interim against 16 defendants. The
Wow.
court ordering that they be restrained from any manner utilizing Anil Kapoor's name, likeness, image, voice, or any other aspect of his persona to create any merchandise, ringtones, either for monetary gain or otherwise.
Oh,
So he killed the game, and he made sure when he passed away, his family will be able to benefit off his likenesses as well. So it's still be in place.
that's
But with
fire.
that being passed, it gives hope for American media, especially when we talk about how SAG-AFTRA was part of the strike with the actors and the
Right.
writers and stuff like that. So now that may give some hope to some actors in other parts of the world that's fighting against this AI stealing their likenesses. So
Yeah.
We talking about like the Bollywood
Congrats to that guy, though.
Bollywood films.
yeah,
All right.
He literally just paved the way for anybody else to open the door and say, hey, y'all can't use it for me either, because I make no money off of me.
I mean,
With all the actors being on strike, they could literally just take old footage or anything they have from the past and just rework it and put it back out.
That's true.
exactly, and that's
Kudos to
why
him.
this is history in the making.
Yes.
So in the future, when future court cases come up, they're gonna be pulling this case up. It's like, yeah, Kapoor versus AI.
It's now case law, and it's going to stand up in court. So.
Exactly. That's how
Love
they do
that.
this. So, y'all got any world views today?
So my worldview right now is our border is wide open right now, and
Oh, no.
we seen that
Not the border.
our lovely president, Sleepy Joe, he is granted over 400,000 Venezuelan migrants and for protected status, so they're able to get work and be able to live a American life. Now, how do you guys feel about him granting that?
400,000.
Yeah.
What this man won't do, the next man will. That's how.
Where they going? Where's the infrastructure to support this 400,000 influx of Venezuelan migrants?
That's what I'm saying.
Where are they going?
I have an idea. Oh, so you know how all these strikes is going on, right?
Yeah.
There's room for them.
So you telling me they're gonna just go recruit the Venezuelans for Hollywood and writers, and then we have a Spanish.
And for the strike against the motor companies too.
Yeah, the
because
cars.
yes, that's part of one of my necessary notes for today. So you got 400,000 or whatever crazy number of Venezuelans coming into this country, and now you have the union workers from all the auto companies striking against. I think in Detroit, there's one in Detroit. The strike. There is one in Indiana. But they're striking against the big three car companies. So right now they're walking off sites. So as they're walking off, they're gonna be just ushering in the foreigners.
And
Like
it's funny the numbers match up because it's like between the three companies, it's like 400,000 people.
people, like crazy.
So it's like, is Biden working on something on the back end, about to make a trade off? And
Which, like I said, what this man won't do, these people will, and they're gonna do it for the pay that you don't want to do it for. Because that's why they're striking right now, because they're not getting increased pay wages, and they're not getting the respect they want through the union. So they're like, nah, change the system. But they're not gonna do that.
So it's not even an attack on the American consumer; it's an attack on the American worker now.
Yes.
Cause it's like I can't even complain about not being properly paid and wages, and then you got someone on the back end willing to get paid
Ready.
for
They
half
lining-
my wage. You could
they're-
hire two of them for what I want to get paid.
Mic drop. Yep.
Then Biden signed something for them to start working.
yeah, so it was again temporary protected status, and that gives them leeway to be able to go apply for a job and stuff like that. It's still not like it's probably like an ID card or something like that.
But they're getting the access to it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the irony in that. Is how you have DeSantis in Florida talking about we don't want no foreigners, no illegals working, but you got the president bringing people into the country to do that.
Yeah, it's
That's-
real
I
odd.
don't know. Florida might be looking like a place where you could make money.
Yeah, but they don't want no illegal migrants.
Yeah,
working
but
in
if
Florida.
you're a legal resident,
Yeah, but if
you could work.
you have to be an illegal Venezuelan, not an illegal Mexican.
Wait, so they're only targeting Venezuelans?
I'm not sure.
It's
Like,
just weird because how none of the they've put that whatever they call it in place where they were bringing down harsher restrictions on illegal migrants in Florida. They don't want them having jobs. If you're hiring them, they're gonna fire them because they're not on paper. But you have Venezuelan migrants coming into this country and giving them cards to work.
That's weird. Why the borders aren't shut down? Why are they not closed? Where's the border patrol?
Where's the protection?
Where's the money at? Oh my God. It's going to Ukraine.
That part is going to Ukraine.
I'm good.
Yep. Signing off. And another one that I had to add. I know I got this wig on today. Don't let this deter from my essence. Do you know in California they are suspending your children from school for having locks?
Wow.
Currently. There was recently a 17-year-old boy he's been suspended from school for like the past 3 weeks because of his locks.
Wow. I'm like, what's the...
It's his natural hair growing out of his head.
How is this offending you at all?
And they have a act right now called the Crown Act, which protects against from discrimination for your hairstyles. 24 states have signed this act already, including New York, and Texas just signed it on the 1st of this month to protect people of color.
But it's like, why we even need a law for our hair?
That's
Why
what I'm
does
saying.
our hair bother people so much? It just come out my hair like your hair come out your head. I ain't worried about what your hair do.
Imagine you sending your kid to school and they coming home within an hour talking about, yeah, Mom, I can't be in school because my locks are too long.
I'm like, well, you're not going to school then. It's over. Because, hair is spiritual.
How does that affect this No Child Left Behind Act? How are you keeping a kid from getting an education because they have hair on their head?
Bro,
Oh, okay.
They just want your kids to assimilate and don't be individualized. Don't be free thinkers.
Yes,
they want
that
everyone
part.
be the same. So if your kid has a certain hairstyle, oh, your kid think they special, they think they individual, they think they different from people.
Yes.
No, that can't run in the American
yes.
school
they want
system.
control.
You need to conform.
Yeah,
If you can't, go home.
that's crazy. I was like, what? And nobody's talking about this? Because this is affecting our people all over the country. There's only 24 states that have this in place.
So many. We done heard so many stories about it. At this point, we should really just start homeschooling our children, especially if we know our kids have hair. like that. If you got a kid with a brush cut, cool. Your kid is cool. But if you know your kid want, yo, dad, mom, I want braids. Then okay, you know it's certain repercussions that come with this kid. So
Nah, I don't want to put that in my son's head. Like, you can't have an individuality because of school. Nah, I'll teach you. I'll teach you something.
Yeah, you know. Listen,
yeah, that was crazy to me.
I feel like also on the spiritual side, they're just trying to, take that away. Avatar.
Check that movie out, y'all.
So yeah, we got the necessary
notes.
That was my necessary notes. I was dropping them in there.
You ain't see the thing.
That was my major one because like it really affected me because I have locks. And I go to work with him. Imagine I would feel so discriminated against. I went to work and he's like, nah, go home.
Those were
necessary notes.
Hey, okay, let's get it. Okay. Now for the fire stuff. What you got no face for us?
Oh, so you want me to drop the news onto the people?
Drop the news.
I got
early. All right, so for my Americans out there, right now we at an all-time high of debt in the country at $33 trillion. And right now we got about, today's the 21st?
The 22nd.
So today's the 22nd, even worse. We got 8 days before Congress could make a decision on the legislation for, more funds to be played. If not, we're going to have a government shutdown. And that's what's going on right now due to all this debt. I still find it funny that Biden was able to pass some more financial aid for Ukraine. $325 million worth of, ammunition and cars, tactical vehicles, and drones that he sent over.
Oh my God!
And if you guys didn't know, the Ukrainian president, he recently visited the Capitol Hill, and a lot of people in the building wasn't happy with that decision by Biden. But this is the guy that we chose to vote in. So how y'all feel about that, man?
I don't blame them for not jacking the Ukrainian president because it's like we done send mad aid to y'all. We have our own people, homeless populations, and migrants coming in like it's nothing. Like they out here passing out the immigrants to states like stimulus checks, and you want to come to our country beg for more aid? I don't know what they do over there in the Ukraine. I thought y'all was part of the part of the European Union and getting help.
The EAU.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Y'all want more aid? And then Biden, this how y'all know it's personal. He been fighting with Putin since he was like 30. So he's willing to put the whole country as collateral to fight Putin in Russia.
And I'm just like, you got all this money to send outside of the country. Didn't you just like try to light your own piece of land on fire in Hawaii and in Canada? Don't these people need help too?
I mean, Hawaii, they about to turn that to a smart island.
Yeah, that is a whole nother story in itself because I feel bad for those people. But
nah, that's crazy.
They're doing too much. They're really turning the Americas into another foreign country.
My question is, who does America pay? Who are we in debt to? This $33 trillion? Who does
the biggest question.
America pay? The IMF? Like who?
And why aren't they paying?
Who's the landlord of all the countries in the world, or the planetary landlord? Or y'all the country corporation company? Okay, y'all gotta pay. Who we paying?
I think
the crown.
It might be like those 4 big families.
The Rothschilds. What's the other family?
There's so many of them. I don't know. They said it's 13 of them.
Yeah.
Because
and they're not doing a good job of regulating the Americas because how you let them get so deep in debt?
What you mean?
It's just you're gonna let it accumulate?
Yes. Because if you can't pay back, then I get to control you. This is a corporation, right? How do businesses work? If the banks earlier this year that failed, if they couldn't find someone to buy them, they failed. What happened to countries when they don't have another country to help them with aid? They fail. So either America's going to get brought out by another country with the resources and funds, or it's going to fail.
And you said that's what's happening because we failed to pay our debt or even do anything on our debt. Now we got these migrants coming in. Now we're funding other countries to help us, but they're not really helping us. They're taking from the people.
Mind you, our GDP, how much the country / company makes every year is only 18 trillion, while China was like 9 trillion right now. So we 33 in debt. We only making 18 a year. So for 2 years straight, if we took the whole GDP and put it towards the debt, we'll be good.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Oh no,
What?
not even in 2 years. No.
But that's never gonna happen though.
Yeah, that ain't.
Yeah, if you know
It's like
I mean, we got to shut down
the whole country, everybody.
we would
just
have to
gotta
shut
work.
down the whole country. That just sounds so familiar. I feel like we've done this before.
Oh, like COVID.
COVID.
I feel like we've been here.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
And speaking of shutdowns, we seeing the Nipah virus, the outbreak in India, in South India, and some of the symptoms are like seizures, confusion, just disoriented, and possibly like go into a coma. And they have another one in syphilis, where your brain starts to swell. So, and the death rate is between 40 to 70% with this. So this is the Nipah virus. That's a outbreak.
oh gosh.
So this is something that you guys just want to be
The
mindful.
Nipah virus.
Yeah.
Oh, what causes
Is
the
it in India?
virus?
This is in India?
For now, that's
Yeah,
what they
same.
say.
And they said it came from bats.
Why?
Why does this sound?
Why I keep blaming the bats for?
Yeah, I don't
Why
know.
this is the second time y'all blaming a virus on a bat.
First of all, how y'all getting in contact with you? Going out there to find the bat?
Because bats come out at night. They don't bother
They
nobody.
don't just go pull up on you
They ain't running up on you like, yo. Nah.
like the Nipah virus. So what's some of the ways you could catch this, or it's just they don't know?
Is it in the air?
It's contagious, definitely airborne.
So, this is given. It's given.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop it off of India, then
Yeah.
it's gonna spread everywhere.
So since China started, getting all these countries together to band against America, we're going to start attacking India too.
I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? The game I mentioned this game earlier this season, right? the game that I play, right? It's called Plague Inc. And basically the goal of the game is to kill everybody, create a virus, right? And I usually start in China and India because they have the most people, and the way that they countries are set up, they have enough people in the middle and higher class that could travel to other countries throughout the world and spread the virus faster. So yeah, they have billions of people.
And they're very intelligent. Like
Yeah, so they have the money to go and travel.
don't sleep on the Middle Eastern Indians and the Chinese because they are some smart people and they know what they do when they're doing it.
I mean, they just have core values,
Ooh, something we don't have.
you know. So getting into the corruption going on. Y'all heard about National Cheeseburger Day, right?
Of course.
You know, did y'all participate?
Absolutely not. Shoot.
That's amazing. You know why? You know why it's amazing? Because y'all didn't get to try out the new types of meat they rolled out onto the market. Like you said, it was a recall on ground beef. While they was recalling that, they was putting out the new type of meat, the lab-grown meat.
The programmed meat?
Yeah, remember they
gosh.
passed legislation for that? So
I remember that.
basically, we had big companies like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, and a plethora of other fast food joints that participated in National Cheeseburger Day, where they had cheeseburgers for the low, 1 cent, 5 cent, 3 cent, one for you and the family.
Basically.
Just come through and we'll give you a burger. You know, so a lot of them companies started rolling out these lab-grown meats. So what I'm going to tell y'all is a bunch of these companies that's here in the U.S. and which type of lab-grown meat they specialize in. So we got the first one. It's called Baltic Foods.
Baltic or Baltic?
Baltic.
Foods.
You know, so they specialize
Taking a
in
note right now.
cell-based meats. So they don't have a specific meat. So they delve in different types.
Okay.
and they had they headquarters
Excuse me.
they headquarters is in Silicon Valley.
Oh my goodness.
We got Blue Nalu, and they specialize in fish and seafood.
Okay.
So like bluefinned tuna is one of their stuff like that, and their headquarters is in San Diego. Then we have Bond Pet Foods, and they have acellular cultured pet food. So basically meat proteins for like your cat or dog or whatever pet you have. And their headquarters is in Boulder, Colorado. Then we have Finless Foods, which is another cell-based fish productions. And one of their best sellers is the bluefin tuna. So if you see bluefin tuna, you know that's programmed, printed, you know, and they headquarters in Silicon Valley. We got the Just Company. They specialize in cell-based beef, like Wagyu and stuff. Fake, programmed
Wagyu.
Wagyu, you know?
And that's the beef everybody really likes to get too, apparently. Like that's that
Yeah.
really pricey meat.
That's what I'm saying. So if you get, the Wagyu is like top of the line.
Yes.
So I could get a Wagyu for half the price. I get 2 of the Wagyus for the price of the one. Because this is not a real animal who had to go through the growth process and get slaughtered.
It's funny you mention that because I recently been at one of these local supermarkets and I seen Wagyu and it's just like a bunch of it and it's at a price where it's affordable and it's like why a year ago this was like $100 per pound. Now I'm seeing $20. Like there's portion. It's like something's funny.
Yeah.
Not right.
It's not funny. It's science.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You know, like I said, you said $100, so I could buy 5 of them for that $100 and be good. Everybody, you get a Wagyu, you get a one. We Wagyu in it.
We can wag that goo off out of here.
You know the consumer loves the hottest new trends.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I told y'all before, with this artificially and 3D printed, this stuff can be literally, like we said, programmed. And then next thing you know, you ingest this. And now you have this data inside of you.
And you're not hungry no more.
It's not that you're not hungry, and now you're out here acting like you don't a
like
programmed robot.
no, it's just food. They're not putting like nanobots in it. It's
We're-
it's 3D printed food.
You
That's
don't think they're
it.
putting nanobots in the food?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's just feeding people. That's the best way we could help
Right.
feed our
Shoot.
population.
Yeah, shoot.
We're going through a food crisis right now.
How your liver and organs really supposed to process this food the correct way, like long term? Like, what's the
It
effects?
has proteins in it.
What's the effects on the body?
And
long-term?
nutrients. I mean, what's the effects of if you eat a regular McDonald's burger prior to this? What was
Either
the
or
effects on
is
your body?
terrible for you. Either or. And I'm saying this because even my son, when he eats cheese doodles and all that nonsense food, and he start doing crazy stuff, I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" "I don't know, Mom." "Exactly, because you're eating the programmed food."
It's just download program.
Yes, I don't know what I'm doing.
So the Just Company headquarters is in Silicon Valley. We got Memphis Meats, and they focus on general meats. So bologna, salami, your general hams.
There's
turkey,
a lot
stuff
of
like
companies
that.
you're naming.
Silicon Valley is their headquarters for Memphis Meats. We have Mission Barns. They focus on general meats as well. Their headquarters is Silicon Valley. We have New Age Meats, and they focus just on cell-based pork. So all your pork needs and products, feet, ears, bacon, back, ribs, all that, you know.
They got you.
Yeah, they got you. And their headquarters is in Silicon Valley.
I'm seeing a trend.
So we have Wild Earth, and they focus on acellular cultured mouse cells for pet food. So they basically print in pieces of mouses to feed like your lizard or your cat, or I don't know. They food is mouse based for your pet for protein.
I feel like all these experiments, that's what they putting on the market. Just
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's giving science experiments.
Silicon Valley. And
Stop saying those words.
for the last one, we have Wild Type. That's the name of the company, Wild Type. And they're another cell-based meat company, but we're not sure of the specific meats
Oh no.
that they use. And Silicon Valley. So yeah, go do your research on that.
Yeah, this episode might make you want to go vegan. Like
I
seriously.
mean, you don't have to go
Well,
vegan.
just
A
be
lot of
mindful what
these,
you eating. Like,
yeah.
eat some real food.
How you know?
What you
How
mean?
you know it's real? Unless you gotta.
Grow your own food.
You can eat it, bro. It's not in the computer in the tablet.
Unless you got a cow in your backyard that you slaughtered.
I could
yourself.
feel this food.
How do you know?
I could feel it. And I could see the bite that I made. This is
All
real.
relative.
Eat it. You got it. I don't know. It's people hungry. They're gonna eat this.
They're gonna eat anything because they're hungry.
Exactly. So you can't complain when you're hungry. You're gonna eat this food that the government and these companies
I
is
got my
working
own
so
food sources.
hard.
And this is why
to
they've been
help us
telling
with.
people to stock up on their beans and their food because there's gonna be a real food shortage. And I don't mean like it's not fake or it's gonna be a shortage of actual real food because they're gonna be flooding our industry with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Program
But this
food.
the best way to help prevent that.
You're delusional.
How? They said it's a food shortage. How you gonna prevent the food shortage if you don't make food?
Artificial food?
It's food.
Nah.
If you want food or no food.
I don't want that. I'm gonna eat vegetables I grow out my house.
So we want to lighten the situation up, but y'all remember with the Travis Scott, the Astro World situation when the 10 people died?
Mm-hmm.
So that case is still going on and being, processed. But recently, Travis Scott, he lost some evidence in this case, and that was his cell phone.
Oh.
And he said his cell phone had dropped off the boat, and it fell in the Gulf of Mexico. So it's just down there, down in the water. So they can't use that as evidence anymore. So he's taking a little heat for that, because it's like
Peculiar.
they can't find any of the cloud messages or anything that they was looking for.
The cloud messages either?
So he's taking a little bit of heat for this. So this case is just still bizarre because people don't talk about it so much, but it's still like families that lost loved ones with that, and they're looking to possibly sue him for like a couple $100 million. So
Why is it his fault and not the parents of the kids' fault? You feel me? I know not just kids. It was grown people too. But isn't his Astro World like a rave or something?
It's yeah.
It's a community rave. And how many years he's done this? And you just didn't expect for it to go crazy?
They always go crazy, but it's your choice to go to these events, and I'm pretty sure they probably don't have like a waiver or a safety thing. They probably don't. Not my business. But with the respect to the evidence being lost, I find that kind of peculiar because can't you just log in and pull it up?
something got deleted. He's probably on a little yacht cruise and tossed the phone. And
I mean,
But trash don't get empty for 60 days on an iPhone.
that's what I'm saying.
So what are you
So it's like, if you can't find nothing, maybe it's nothing
not there?
They could go like, yo, Apple. This the Apple ID. Pull up everything.
If there's a case going on, Apple works with the federal government to pull up deleted information and anything. So if you're really trying to find something, you can find it.
Yeah. with you making that point, they could do what they want to do. They allow certain things to slide.
Yeah. So peculiar.
No. Talking about letting things slide.
It's about
Y'all ever heard of sports washing?
sports washing.
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
I'm not big into sports these days, but it sounds like fraud.
So, sports washing is a term that was created to label certain countries that's using the sports industry as a cover up for their human rights issues within their countries. And right now, we have Saudi Arabia Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman coming down with these alleged sports washing, sports watching allegations.
allegation.
Yeah. And you know what he says? He said, so be it. I'm sports washing. If that's what y'all call it, my GDP went up 1% because of sports. I want it to go up another 1.5 because of sports. If you call this sports washing, cool. So
Okay.
you got this agency called Human Rights Watch and other agencies. They called out Saudi Arabia for a record of abuse that includes killings of hundreds of unarmed Ethiopian migrants in August, imprisoning women's rights campaigners, and the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, and a mass execution of 81 people in a single day in 2022.
Oh my goodness.
Amongst all those allegations,
Wow.
the Crown Prince says, we're not backing down out of sports. You're mad because you don't have the money to do this? So let's talk. I'm going to tell y'all some of the things that he's been going crazy with. So he's put at least $50 billion into the sports industry since 2016. He also, he had a 10-year contract to host WWE entertainment events for the next 10 years. But as we know, WWE just mixed up with UFC, so they some whole other things. So he might just do a deal with that new company instead. Yeah. Also, he trying to get the international golf competitions to be hosted in Saudi Arabia. He was like, listen, we got all this sand. We going to renovate it to golf courses for y'all. We good.
That is, wow. He's doing the most.
And then, I don't know if y'all noticed, it was a commercial Kevin Hart was doing that was basically sponsoring a golf course in Saudi Arabia. It's called Heart, where all the golf holes is little hearts and stuff out there. So they going crazy. He also wanted to host Formula One events, the racing. Also, he even attempted to land the French soccer player Kylian Mbappe in a $332 million deal.
Sheesh.
So, yeah, he's going crazy over there. So, what y'all think about that? How y'all feel?
I feel like his he just wants power right now. And if you see like Saudi Arabia and even like Dubai, like 20 years ago, it was just like sand. Like that was it, just sand everywhere. Like so now they starting to get more of those people to come bring some more money back into their infrastructure. They starting to place like that spare that they're about to build. Like it's about to be like,
oh yeah, the spare. Then you had the line.
so it's a lot of different things that he's gonna put in place to attract, people to come visit and spend that tourist money. So I think it's pretty cool. Next power player.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, wow.
If y'all not familiar, all of this is part of his 2030 vision, which is to transform Saudi Arabia's whole landscape, from the culture, the economy, everything. He wants it to be super inclusive to the world, to where anybody could come through and feel welcome. But it's the underside to that. Who's building these buildings? Who's being exploited for the work? Which companies have to fight over contracts tooth and nail? And if you don't get the contract, your company go out of business because they have a monopoly on all the contracts.
Yeah.
So do y'all research.
Research.
So y'all already know it's that time. It's that time for the economy.
Economy talk.
Economy. Listen, we get into photography. So I'm gonna give y'all a brief rundown history of how photography evolved from then till now, because I recently got into photography myself. So the first one, we had the invention of the camera obscura, 5th century. Basically, this is where the photography's roots really came into society. You basically had a optical device that projected an image onto a surface. But it was mainly used by like artists in helping them draw or paint, because it wasn't like an official picture yet, but it was like an outline. So they'll just come in and just fill in the color and stuff like that. Then we have the daguerreotype. So Louis Daguerreau invented the daguerreotype. Basically, that's when the exposing. So he had this metal plate, and when you put the picture on it, you had to expose it to light, and then it'll give you the picture of what you're trying to do. Mind you, this is like the 1800s. We ain't even hit 1900 yet, so this is like the very basic beginning. So if you like look at them old photos, you'd be like, dang, how how to get like that. It make you think like, oh, it was really Wild Wild West just because the way that the photo was taken. We got number 3, the calotype process. So William Henry Fox Talbot developed the calotype process, which used paper negatives to produce multiple positive prints. This made photography more accessible and reproducible. So now, with the rise of newspapers and magazines around this time, now people could get more photographs into their media and content versus it just be words and stories or a little cartoon that somebody drew. Then we got number 4. We got the Cold Dion wet plate. The Cold Dion wet plate improved the image quality and reduced exposure times, making outdoor photography more feasible. So that's when like between the 1850s, 1860s, we start seeing more outdoor photos of what the landscape used to be like, or how certain forest areas or mountainscapes or plains used to be before the development got super crazy. Then we got the dry plate photography. Now the dry plate eliminated the need for the wet chemicals for the wet plate. So now we making photography more convenient and portable, because before you had to carry around the liquid stuff just to take a picture. Now without that, oh yeah, we over here, we going over there, we don't gotta do too much. Number 6, in 1888, we have the invention of the Kodak and the Brownie camera. George Eastman introduced the Kodak camera, which came with preloaded film that users could take photos and then send the entire camera back to the factory for development and printing, making photography accessible to the masses. So basically, when he dropped that, the richest people, everybody had a camera, family photo. That's where you see the explosion of them family pictures. Like, yeah, right, my stuff. They got their little scruffy puff things on, I don't know what those called. But yeah, you got mad at those photos emerging. Number 7, now we have the introduction of the color photography. This is early 20th century. Innovations like autochrome plates and Kodachrome film brought color to photography to the mainstream. So now this is where we leave that black and white era and we start seeing our first color. I don't know why it took so long to get to the color. Trial and error. So then we have the 8. We have the 35 millimeter film and the Lacia cameras that hit the scenes in the 1920s. So the 35 millimeter film format and the Lacia camera, that basically was like the first films. Them silent films where they didn't talk, they just ran around and stuff. Those was basically those. That was like the beginning of the film revolution, because now you can actually record the moving pictures versus having to take the individual screenshots. Right. So then we get into digital photography. Now the transition from film to digital, this the game changer now. Cause now it's no more need for finding a place that do the negatives and help you expose. And I think Family Dollar had like a little picture center in there.
They did at one point.
Or something.
Yeah, all the different.
Yeah. You just go in there and just put your film thing in there and it'll just process it for you. You don't need that. You just need an SD card. You go to your computer, you good. And then after that, we got smartphone photography, where you don't even really need a camera. You should get a camera if you want those high quality photos. But if you got an iPhone, you those portraits.
Those are pictures. Those are high quality photos right there.
Come on now. People are shooting movies, all types of content, cinematic mode on the iPhone. And if you got an iPhone with cinematic mode and you don't use it, just give it to somebody else who could use it. That's what I was saying. Then we got advancements in DSLR and mirrorless cameras. So this is like the real professional grade movies. You could see like towards the late 90s, you see like the quality of film start getting more dramatic, more drastic. They start adding more details to it. It's no more like you have some explosions, but now it's like really boom. You feel like the people really is flying away and stuff like that, just because they're able to catch all them extra pixels and all them extra things going on. Then we got AI and computational photography. So before we at where we at now. The basic AI features, like say you taking a picture, you have the little square zoom up on your face, focus on you or whatever the image or the main focus is or whatever. So once that came, you got what screen recognition, image stabilization. Once that came out, now people can have even better quality of cameras. Like, remember when portrait mode came out? Like, that wasn't a feature iPhones always had. When that came out, that was like, oh, nah, that's the pinnacle
That's the
of
the setting.
photography.
That's the setting right there.
Now, we had drone photography. And y'all already know how that goes. The drone photography, sometimes they got their own camera built in. You could attach your smartphone onto it if you're brave enough. No, and you could catch all types of shots. A lot of movies and stuff use drone shots just to catch those wider, over-the-top visuals of like a mountainscape. Because before, they have to be in a helicopter with the camera outside.
Hanging out the window type.
Holding on to bro. Bro got to hold on. Like, yeah. We're over to Amazon.
And it's like just one shot because
you're
not coming back up here two,
exactly.
3 times.
Yeah, the helicopter ride costs 10 bands. You can't even do that. Like, so now you just send your drone up, like, okay. Oh, it died, come back, let me charge you. That's it. So then we have virtual reality. Now, virtual reality and the 360 photography, you've seen those things. You step in the middle and just spin around and take your pictures and stuff like that. I feel like it makes a lot of people go dizzy. And I'm not really into virtual reality like that, but I don't know how the pictures will work in virtual reality.
Taking pictures in a VR?
Yeah, right.
So different.
How would you do that? Like, do you need like your virtual camera in the VR to like
take a virtual picture of virtual reality?
Yeah, that's weird.
like do I upload it in
the VR or do I upload it in real life?
Like, do I have access to that camera?
Yeah, I might stay away from that.
Yeah, see, now it's given like, you know how you look into a mirror and you see your reflection going back, and that's what that's given.
Yeah. I don't know. And then we got the emergence of social media photography. So with the rise of platforms like Instagram and Snapchat, it changed the photography landscape forever because now more people than ever are taking photos, and now photography is in a high demand, but so much people that's able to take their own, it's a weird space. So if you could be really professional, you can get a lot of money because there's a lot of people who need pictures. People need photo shoots. A lot of people can't just be like, yeah, or even a lot of people don't even got ring lights, put their phone on to take a picture. So
seriously. And
that's my economy talk, y'all. Get in tune with the photography. I'm learning myself. I know the lens that I need. It's like $1,000 to get them perfect shots, you know. So
yes, sir.
Do y'all research? Know what I mean?
Shout out to Economy Talk.
Economy. Yeah, big shout out.
So we're gonna bring into play a new segment, and it's gonna be pretty simple. And it's gonna be the word of the day from everybody. And my word of the day is gonna be adversity. And I choose adversity because I feel like everybody is dealing with adversity, whether you starting a new job or maybe school or maybe just a goal that you want to start working on. And I feel like everybody got to work through adversity some way, somehow. And that's my word of the day. Anybody want to put you on the spot?
Well, as you said that, I thought of the word of enlightenment. And I say that be the light all over when you out there in the world. Enlighten yourself and enlighten your people. Don't hold back. If you know something, share the knowledge. Enlighten those around you.
I would say my word of the day is comfort, because when you get out your comfort, that's when you're able to grow. But if you look around, when you're comfortable, that's when you're in the state of least growth. You don't have no drive to get better. You have nothing that's pushing you. You're comfortable. Most of the times we grow when something pushes upon us. But if nothing changes and we live in the same day to day, we just gonna be comfort. Just be comfortable. So don't be comfortable. Be the opposite of what that word is. You know? Mm-hmm. So that's my word of the day.
Cool.
Dope.
So I'm gonna jump into my lifestyle in depth, and we're gonna be talking about having core values. And I feel like a lot of people nowadays lack having their core values. So I'm gonna list off. There's a hundreds different of core values that you could have, but there's certain ones that you should definitely have within yourself. So my first one I got is integrity, and integrity is one of them core values that I like to have because it's that work that you do when no one is paying attention and when you're not looking for that gratification from anyone. You just putting in that good old work to get to your destination. So that's one of my core values right there. My other one I have is respect. Now with respect, respect will get you a long way, and just treating people with respect will open doors for you as well. And if you do the opposite of that, you can see those opportunities not come in play. And another reason I like respect is, it's just what you expect, So why would you not treat somebody else on how you want to be treated? So leadership is one of my other core values, and leadership is just something everybody should have. You want to be able to set your own tone at your own pace, and not always look at the next person to put you onto your direction. So leadership, you want to set that example and do it on your own from the start. Uh, Loyalty, that's one of the core values that I have. Loyalty. Now, just like with respect, that's something that you want as well. But with loyalty, it's more of like you're not really looking for nothing with that. Like it's just something that you not so much owe to somebody, but you should feel like you owe that to somebody. As far as your loyalty on just how your relationship is. And wisdom is another one.
Mm.
And wisdom is, wisdom is falling down and scraping your knee and knowing that not to do that again. Like a lot of us go through situations where we know what we doing is wrong, but we'll continue to keep doing it. That's lacking of wisdom. You want to have the wisdom, like, all right, I went down that wrong alley. One day, I know not to go down that alley ever again. Like, but some of us continue to keep going down that dark alley. So
Maybe it won't happen this
Yeah,
time.
you trying your luck.
maybe there'll be some light at the end of
Insanity.
the alley, right? So optimism.
Mm.
So that's one of the ones that is one of my favorite core values because that's the times when it's dark and it's not looking so possible that things is gonna go your way. But those are the times where you should really kick in overdrive and really feel like, all right, I'm gonna find a way through this. You got to be optimistic. And relationships, relationships is definitely core value that because without relationships, you're just gonna be alone. And you don't want to be alone with whatever you're doing in this world. You want to have relationships that help you get to your next path or just help support you. You know, and humor. You gotta have humor within your core values. You gotta be able to laugh at things. You gotta be able to really sit back and be like, it's all right. Because if you always so serious about your situation, like it's just not good for your health. It stresses you out. So if you got humor with certain things and know, like, all right, like I played myself in this situation. Like I could have did a little better. So you gotta laugh it off sometimes. And like it won't happen again. And empathy. It's my last one. I'm a mention for y'all. It's empathy. You gotta always put yourself in other people's shoes on their situation and kind of fill it out. And understand, like, just understand everybody got their own situation going on, but that don't always mean to fully just give them leeway to do whatever, but always have emotions for everybody's situation. And that's pretty much my lifestyle and that with core values. And having core values helps create a sense of identity, guiding behavior, and building trust, and shaping you into the true individual that you want to be in the long run. So make sure you have core values, because if you don't have core values, you just a lost identity, a lost soul out there, and always just trying to find different values to build yourself up. But you won't really find that true.
Your core gonna be empty
Yeah.
because there's no values in there. You got head values, leg values. Where's the core values at?
True. So
Period. I hear that.
so that's my lifestyle in depth for y'all. I hope y'all take keen to that.
That was fire.
Yeah, I loved
you
it.
know? Get y'all core values right. We don't want to see y'all walking around empty.
Right. Empty souled.
Shoot the artist. Oh, we good? You got something else?
No, it's the Sea Moss Queen, Nazarene, you know.
It's No Face Rel.
And that's the Not Me show.
It's the Nah Mean show.
Not me?
Nah
Mean.
Mean.
Not me.
Hey,
Nah, not this.
everybody. It's your favorite abstract artist. Shoot the artist. And y'all know what time it is. It's painting with Shoot. And today's painting, I call this painting Oblivion. Now, if you read my book, Painting with Shoot, the beginning, volume 1, you would have saw it. But basically, Oblivion is the place where your unrealized goals, potentials, and dreams go to die. You know, as kids, as children, we all had dreams and goals and things we wanted to do. Sometimes we're not able to accomplish them. And sometimes we need space in our mind, body, and soul for new goals and dreams. So where do those dreams and goals that you didn't accomplish go? They go to oblivion. They go here to die. So we all got our own oblivion. So when you go look at your oblivion, how many tombstones do you see for the things that you didn't get to do yet? Mind you, you could go dig them up and try to revive them, depending on what it is. But some of these things is too far gone. We don't got the energy. We don't got the mindset. So don't let your oblivion get filled up with these dreams and goals and passions that you didn't get to pursue. Shoot. I see it. This is where they go. Feel me? They go up in here, get burned up, turn to ashes, get spread out throughout the land. This is oblivion.